Okay guys, so we just finished up a really short flight. Just did one in the pattern here, but I figure might as well give you a quick tour of my 1967 M20F. So let me flip the camera around and I'll show you what we're working with here. We are dealing here with a museum piece. So we got our standard 6-pack, got our KX155, old Collins radio. Now this is the pride and joy of the museum. Have you seen a transponder like that recently? I mean, this thing is ancient. But in the back here, we've got the 2 seats, got a car seat for kiddo, nice big baggage area. And then of course our crew dog Stratix. But everything, all things considered, we can go for flight direct. We do have a ILS if we need it. But the cool thing about this airplane is this extra handle here. So this is a turbo normalized M20F. And what's cool about that is when we put the turbo in, it can get us up to about 28 inches of manifold pressure on the gauge there for takeoffs, which is really nice. We live here in Colorado, and as you can see way out there, those are pretty tall. In fact, that one right there in frame is 14,000 feet, which is a bit much to try to get over if we have a heavy load or just a warm day. And it's just nice too, because our runway is at about 5,000 feet on a good day. So that's putting it around 7,000 to 8,000 on a hot summer day. Now, overall, the interior of this airplane's in pretty good shape. I mean, there's some things that need to be fixed, like window has a crack. It's been stop drilled, so no big deal, but a little bit dirty on some of the plastics. But the overall, like the leather on the seats here is in great shape. The paint on the airplane, nice and shiny. It's in great shape. And the engine has only got about 350 hours on it. So it's a great little airplane. I am a Piper pilot by training, so we owned a Cherokee 140, and then subsequently we had a Cherokee 180. It was kind of an Archer clone that they had taken a Warrior and put the 180 horsepower STC in, and that was a fantastic airplane. It had autopilot, the whole 9 yards. This one is a little bit more basic, no autopilot. It does have the old Mooney positive control system in it, but there's a crack in the line somewhere and we're not getting vacuum pressure, and so it doesn't work. But I mean, hell, it's a 1967 airplane, and so I think it's doing great for what it's doing. The engine is powerful, it flies strong, it flies smooth, and that is what we're doing. So eventually here, when I figure out how to pay for it, we're going to be putting in either a Dynon system with a full Dynon panel, and we'll do either a 7 or a 10-inch display right here. I'd like to do a 10-inch, but we'll see if that even fits, or a 7-inch. But if we can't do that, then what we're probably going to end up doing is getting some Garmin either G5s or 275 eyes or whatever they're called, and maybe putting them right here stacked over top of each other and just cutting the panel, or maybe we'll put them right here, or maybe even in the center. I haven't figured out, but since it's the old Mooney kind of not exactly a 6-pack, I don't know what the best way to do it is. Then where this Collins radio stack is set, we're gonna pull that out because it is it belongs in a museum, but it works. I mean, actually this Collins radio, believe it or not, works better than the KX155. It's a strong transmitter, it is a strong receiver. I love it. The VOR works, and actually check this out, this little ADF, everything self-contained, you can tune it all in one little thing. Kind of a shame we're gonna pull that out, but we're gonna pull this guy out as well. And we are going to go ahead and put a JPI 830 or something similar in it. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do, but we're going to replace all of this stuff so that we can have some better engine monitoring for our turbo system and our engine, so we can keep it nice and healthy. Until then, we're going to keep using silly stuff like this and like this to kind of help our overall essay, I guess is a good way to say it. But until then, I'm pretty excited because that is the hangar right there. So we'll get to pull the hangar or the airplane right into the hangar and then just walk up to the house right behind the trees. And that is the beauty of living on an air park, is I am at home right now. I mean, you can see right over there, there's my kids' slide and playground, and it is a really nice thing here. So I absolutely love it. Oh, I forgot to mention, so here's another museum piece. It supposedly works if I could get the positive control system working, but check out that old Mooney autopilot. So it ties into the positive control vacuum line system, whatever it is, but we're gonna pull that sucker out. And really what I was trying to say here is we're gonna put some sort of Garmin, maybe a 430 or a 650 or a 530, I don't know, some sort of modern Garmin something or other in there. And then we are either going to, if we go Dynon, they just approved the Dynon autopilot for the Mooney here, which is great. I would love to go with that, but I was originally thinking of doing the G5s with the GFC 500. And if I do that, then we'll put the GFC 500 in here right above the throttle quadrant area as well. We'll probably throw a new interior in here at some point too. I mean, it's in okay shape. It looks decent. And I mean, you can see the glue failed on this piece of leather right here, so I need to patch that back up. Nothing big, but overall, I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, for what I paid for this airplane, most airplanes in this category, the M20s and the Fs, they're selling in the condition that this one is in for somewhere between $80,000 to $112,000, depending on if they have anything fancy in the panel and what their engines are looking like. And honestly, I got this for a steal. So I got this for in the mid 50s, which was great. So I think I got it for about 56, 55, 56, somewhere in there. And for everything that it is bringing to the table for what I bought it for, it gives me room to actually improve some of its avionics. And at the end of the day, I'm probably going to be flying VFR 90% of the time. So if I go VFR direct on ForeFlight, that's perfectly fine. In that case, everything I have in the panel works just fine. But I would like the peace of mind to be able to do some IFR approaches, and I can do them as I'm set up. I mean, I am a IFR equipped aircraft, but from the 1980s. So we're not going to be doing too many VOR or ADF or NDB approaches or any of that stuff. So really my only option that's a modern approach is an ILS, and those don't really happen too many times at GA airports. So we need a IFR navigator, which is what we're going to go with. So if anybody out there has a strong opinion about either Dynon or Garmin, let me know, because I've been going back and forth. I was at one point thinking of doing like the Dynon HDX with a True Track, or what's it, Aero Cruise 100 now, but I kind of got scared off by that, by some of the reviews. And really, I just want something that's super stable, that's going to fly most of the approach for me all the way down, not because I need it to, but because I can fly the approach myself. That's not the problem. But single pilot IFR workload. So I want to be able to bring up the chart. I want to be able to program the approach. I want to be able to review the chart, and I want the airplane to stay stable while I do that. I want it to be able to start flying the approach. If I get disoriented, if I am having an off day and I can't seem to get my shit together, I want the airplane to be able to take some of that stress off so I can recage where I'm at. And I really, really like those buttons on them now that are just the level button. So I want the airplane to self-correct if I start getting wonky or spatial disoriented. I love those features. So realistically, I know there's a lot of hate out there for Cirrus. I want a parachute because you never know what could happen. But if I can't have a parachute, I want a button that at least says level. Now, I am a former Air Force guy. I've flown lots and lots of hours in big airplanes. I'm very comfortable in the air, and I don't think it'll be a problem, but I've had enough close calls professionally to realize that it doesn't matter how good you think you are, having extra tools is never a bad thing. Now, there's a caveat. You got to know how to use them, when to use them, all that good stuff. I mean, there's plenty of examples of people with all of the tools in the world who still bought the farm, but that's not my point. It's better to have some tools that can help you out and know when to use them. and then to not have the tools and get into a situation where you're over task saturated and you end up pushing your own skill set beyond where they're at, or you just can't get a good picture or good essay with the equipment that you have on board. I mean, this thing it's a museum piece, but day VFR, who cares? I'll fly a museum piece all day long, day VFR. But I love this airplane, 1967 M20F. It does around between 138 to 150 knots, depending on how hard I'm pushing it. And I'm burning like 8 to 9 gallons an hour most of the time. So for a 150 knot airplane, burning less than 10 gallons, you just can't beat it. Anyways, y'all, thanks for watching. I am just now starting this channel to kind of document my aviation journey. So if you'd love to support it, hit one of those like, subscribes, whatever the buttons are. I don't even know what platform I'm going to post this on, but go ahead and do those. I'm sure it'll help me grow. And from that, it will help me continue building this channel. So I appreciate it. And I look forward to all the spears you're all about to throw at me, but that's okay too. So it's part of the community. So thanks and enjoy the journey. See you guys.